Hi, I'm a lesbian, or at least I think I'm a lesbian. Yes, but I'm the biggest, let's be real. This is just to prove. What? I want to come on here and have a good time. Oh, yeah. Oh, they saw my tum-tum! The moon landing didn't happen. Oh, sorry, I farted. What? I know a lot of people don't understand that my breakups always are very healthy. They're never vicious and vile. I always stay friends with them. So it's never, some people don't understand it, and that's fine. And it's like, I look at everything I've been through in my life, and this hurts me the worst ever. Because I love Crystal more than I have ever loved anybody in my whole life. Destiny will always be a part of my life, because she is literally just everything to me. Sometimes love isn't enough. Love just isn't enough sometimes. And Crystal and I are the bestest of friends you could ever imagine. We have a connection that I don't think we'd ever be able to find with anybody else. I just feel like I can't live without her, but I know that I have to because it's just like I know what I deserve.
Hey girls, how you doing? In light of the recent breakup, let's compare our girls' breakup throughout the years. Let's start with the Crystal breakup.
About a month ago, I was having some troubles in my relationship. I keep about 99% of my life private, and the other 1% I do end up telling you. Crystal and I were having a little issue. We were trying to work it out for about 2 weeks. We didn't tell anybody. We just kept everything private completely. And on April 1st, everything kind of blew up into smoke. We decided to break up. I was literally a mess because I never felt so heartbroken in my life. Because I love Crystal more than I have ever loved anybody in my whole life. Tried to take the most grown-up approach over just the whole situation. We told everybody individually. First thought that a lot of people thought was that I'd be moving, and a lot of people cried because they didn't want me to move, and eye-opening how much people care for me here and how I'm loved and wanted. And Crystal and I are the bestest of friends you could ever imagine. We have a connection that I don't think we'd ever be able to find with anybody else. On April 1st and April 2nd, April 3rd, 4th, I cried more times than I could ever imagine. I was in this relationship thinking we'd be together forever because that's what we'd say. And something changed, and there's nothing I could do about it. I would never keep someone in a relationship if they didn't feel it was right. That's not the type of person I am. Time heals. Of course, I'm not healed all the way because Crystal really is my everything, and now, she's not my girlfriend, she's my best friend.
Amberlynn was living with Crystal and her parents, and there was a conspiracy that they were paying her to be with Crystal. These breakup videos are always so weird. Because she cries the whole video and she is so dramatic. Then, she goes on and does normal vlogs with all of her exes. And notice the language she uses. In every breakup video, she is crying because she has never loved anyone as she loved them and how they were her best friend.
Are you two getting back together? No, we're not. Do you still live with her? Currently, I do still live with her. When Crystal first broke up with me, it was literally the most horrible feeling I have ever felt in my whole entire life. My whole world crashed down. I was shocked and confused. When you think that someone is going to be in your life forever, loving you and you loving her, and then your whole world crashes down in just an instant, it's hard to accept those feelings and really absorb them. It was just traumatizing, to say the least. You still share a bed? Is it hard? We do share a bed. Friends sleep together all the time. We just realized that relationship-wise, we are not meant to be. It's just something that we have to accept and move on.
She has always been dramatic. She said it was traumatizing when Crystal broke up with her. Also, she is okay with living with her exes because she and her girlfriends never have their shit together, so they are forced to be with her. In the Crystal era, she wasn't working and she lived with Crystal's parents, so she had no choice but to be okay and even grateful to sleep in the same bed. Lol.
She stopped telling me I was beautiful. She stopped looking at me with the eyes that she looked at me when I first came here. Crystal told me one day she didn't feel the same for me anymore. She was not in love with me at all. She just was not in love with me anymore. I literally died. My whole world fell apart. She told me she wanted to see other people. She wasn't sure if she'd ever be in love with me again because she didn't feel the same. Some people are just not meant to be. I realized that I didn't want to be with someone like that. I didn't want to force someone to love me. I didn't want to trap somebody. It changed my life. It made me realize that there are angels out there, people with big hearts. And I felt horrible for her because she told me that for a whole year she wasn't in love with me and she was trying to protect my feelings. And when she told me that, I knew right there, I cannot let her be with me. I do not want to trap her. I'm not that type of person.
We don't really know Crystal that much. She was just very shy and quiet. And honestly, she didn't look like a person who could stand up to an Amberlynn. So good for her for speaking her truth. And Amberlynn keeps saying I don't want this and that, but she never initiated any of her breakups. What can she do other than accept the breakup? Now, let's do Dusty era.
I owe it to my audience, I owe it to my subscribers, my supporters, anyone who has been following me. You guys met Destiny. You guys have seen that whole journey unfold. Destiny saved me from a dark, dark place. Like, I'm like shaking. I don't want to cry. That's why I'm refilming this. She's one of the most amazing people. You don't have to be in a relationship with her to know that. You don't have to be a family member to know that.
Looking back at this is truly funny. Dusty went from being the most amazing person to a dog killer and a user lol.
On January 13th, ironically enough, it was actually Friday the 13th, Destiny broke up with me. Destiny accepts me. She still accepts me. But Destiny accepted me at my absolute all-time lowest. She has seen me at my worst, and somehow she still thought I was the most beautiful thing she's ever seen.
When she said Dusty has seen her at her worst, Becky era said hold my beer. And I still believe she loved Dusty more than any of her other girlfriends lol. She did the iconic drunklin, and she even stalked Dusty.
Like, the most craziest concepts of the world is the fact that you as a person can have your whole future planned out, your whole everything so planned out, and you think you have everything going for you, and someone can just kind of rip that away from you and completely take that from you. I feel like that's what Destiny did. We had so much planned. I am so in love with her still.
It is crazy that she was so in love and even self-centered that she didn't see how miserable Dusty was in this relationship.
Like, I've told her that I will never give up. I will never give up on her. This is one of the most painful things I've had to go through because Destiny is my everything, and she is the most incredible person in the world. We do still live together. We don't want to lose each other in the sense of like being friends and stuff, and we're even still sharing the same bed. I know a lot of you are going to be like, what? It's very much an attachment thing. Destiny will always be a part of my life because she is literally just everything to me. The breakup was all up to her, and I can't force her to be with me when she needs to figure stuff out. I don't know. I don't really know what to say.
Dusty's excuse was that she wanted to focus on herself and she didn't want to be with anyone lol. When we all know that she wanted to get with Dana. Now that I think about it, Crystal was an OG for telling her straight away that she wanted to date other people.
And just to think of the first time me and Destiny ever met and how amazing it was. I never felt like that before. And she said she never did either. We care about each other so much, and I just wish that I would be her wife one day because that's how it was supposed to be, but maybe I guess not. I don't really know, but...
We haven't heard her talk about Crystal in forever, and we all know how the Dusty situation ended up. So that's two best friend exes that she fell out with.
People are asking, where am I going to live? Destiny and I are still going to be living here because we made this our home. We have a lease, we have animals, we have furniture, we have a life here. It wasn't a messy breakup, very mature. I mean, I can say there was a few moments where I was pretty messy about it because it's like, when you don't expect something and it comes so just like suddenly, it's kind of like, how do you react? But it was a mature breakup in my opinion, and we still want to be friends and we still love each other and care about each other. She just doesn't want to be with me. In a roundabout way, and the easiest way to say is she thinks that me and her should both work on each other. I should work on myself and she should work on herself.
I'm not even going to comment on her saying that her and Dusty's breakup was mature because I'm still laughing. Now to a Baxter breakup.
I'm sorry. Do you want to tell him?
We had broke up. It was initiated by me. The fact of the matter is I've had a lot of time to think and reflect. We just want different things in life. You know, Amberlynn wants to leave Kentucky one day, and she wants to see her family, and she wants to move to another state, and it's like, this is my home, and this is where my family is, and I don't want to leave.
Flash forward 2 years later, she is still in Kentucky, and she just broke up with Feline.
But I love her. I love her. I love her. I don't care what anybody else thinks of her. I know who she is, and she has her faults, and I have my faults too.
Flash forward to Becky now saying that Amberlynn traumatized her and several people in her life.
But I'm not strong enough to be that support right now. But I want to always have this one in my life. And not even a dime. It's nothing to do with money. I just want her in my life. I just feel like this is the healthiest choice for us both. We're going to work through this together. Whenever both of us are hurting, we're going to be there for each other. I'm going through a hard grieving process right now, and I can't be the partner that she needs. And I don't want to hold her back. You know, I don't want her to have to be in Kentucky for the rest of her life and away from her family or her dreams and what she wants and her journey on becoming who she wants to be. And I feel like I hinder that too.
It is very interesting looking back at this how Becky is taking all the blame for everything and Amberlynn is just crying and not taking a single blame.
we want to stay in each other's lives, so.
Absolutely.
But like, Becky's my best friend.
In your mind.
Regardless if we're in a relationship or not.
The best friend that she made fun of during live stream era and didn't respect enough to wait until she's moved out before bringing her new girlfriend in.
So
we're not breaking up because anything horrible.
As cliche as it is, it's literally just sometimes love isn't enough. I can't eat, can't sleep, like typical heartbreak bullshit. It was so much easier, I hate to bring up the past, but to fake the breakup, like to fake happiness after the breakup with Crystal and the breakup with Destiny. But as much as those hurt, it just doesn't even compare. I just can't even explain it.
Literally a week later she was talking to YP and said her and Becky never loved each other romantically. Lol.
Nothing feels the same, like everything just feels so like insignificant, and I just sit here and stare into like the ceiling, and that's been my life for the last few days. And yeah, Becky and I do not want to be in a relationship with anyone.
No.
We've both decided that that's just not
Right. Yeah. No.
I mean, I'll just speak for myself. We've talked about it, but I don't want to be in a relationship. I know I have a bad record of always finding someone like a month after a breakup, but I cannot see myself ever remotely looking at someone like I looked at you.
YP, Jade, Feline breakup.
Feline and I have broken up. It was mutual. I can't stop crying. I feel like I'm mourning like a death. Like knowing that one day, like, I'm just gonna wake up and she's not there. It's different type of pain because like I envisioned my whole future with her, and I know she did the same, and this was mutual. Love just isn't enough sometimes, and I know what I'm worth, and I know it might not be like a lot to some people, but I know like what I deserve, and I know what I want, and I just need to be single. I literally have cried. Oh, my head hurts so bad. Sorry. I have done nothing but literally cry and cry and cry and cry for the last like 24 hours.
I feel like Amberlynn looked at all her breakup videos and realized that she is dumped every time, so she came up with a whole mutual BS, and she is still repeating it.
Like the relationship I had with Feline was literally the most passionate relationship I've ever been in, but on both sides of the spectrum. On both sides. And I just, she's my best friend, and because Feline is my best friend and I'm her best friend, and it's like, it's kind of hard to cry to the person that you're losing, even though Feline and I both have been crying literally all day. I have never ever seen her cry this much.
I can't wait for the Feline fallout too. And the crazy thing is she will never learn from any of these relationships. She will be with another person ASAP.
Am I breaking up? You know what? I kind of am. I don't want to like shower. I don't want to do anything. I kind of just want to like eat. I just want to eat. So I want to document, you know, everything to the best of my ability. Obviously I'm not going to share everything, the real personal stuff, because why we broke up, it doesn't matter. She's still trying to hug me and stuff like that, and I have to tell her like I can't, like it hurts too bad. And in the past, like I didn't want my ex to not sleep in the bed with me, but I don't want her in the bed with me, and I slept without her last night and it was horrible. I need a shoulder to cry on, but I don't have anybody. Here. Kentucky's not for me. It never has been for me. I came here for somebody, stayed here for somebody, and then was stuck here with somebody. All three different people. And now I get to be free